Hi, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the fourth edition of the Michigan Mortgage Cast. We've had some really good shows in the past, and I think this one will be extremely valuable. Within the Real Estate One family of companies, we have what we call HomeSuite, and HomeSuite allows for one-stop shopping. And there's been many surveys over the years of one-stop shopping. We're going to get into that and the advantages. But with me today are most of our leaders within the HomeSuite of services, mortgage, title, insurance, and rental management. You'll meet them along the way in the show, and looking forward to talking to each and every one of you. So we'll go ahead and start with the mortgage side. First, though, one-stop shopping has been part of the family of companies since the 1970s. And there's been many surveys done over the years. And the most recent one done by Harris Poll says that 86% of borrowers that were surveyed would prefer to work with a realtor that offered one-stop shopping. So the borrowers have really spoken loud and clear on this, is they want easiness of a transaction, and one-stop shopping offers that. In addition to the one-stop shopping, they have ranked their agents higher in post-closing surveys that have offered in people that have used one-stop shopping. And part of our home suite of services, as I've mentioned a couple times already, is mortgage. Under mortgage, we have John Adams Mortgage and Front Street Mortgage, two of our brands. Under title, Capital Title Agency, insurance agency. Insurance for property and casualty is Insurance One, and the newer part of our affiliate piece, but certainly very valuable, is rental management. So to start off, we will have Dave Ross, our Vice President of Sales, and Sean Circo, our Division Sales Manager, to talk a little bit about mortgage and what we have. So Dave, I'm going to start with you first. We have really revamped ourselves over the years with different systems and processes in place, and they're really strong. In addition to that, though, if you could touch on some of the incentives our borrowers have by using our services along with the Real Estate One family of companies.
Thanks, Larry. Yeah, and you touched on the word convenience. With the COVID era, we are trying to think of ways to make it easy for our real estate partners to refer us. We think there are a lot of reasons for them to do that, but two incentives really stand out that we're trying to emphasize through electronic means. And so the first one on the screen is the lender credit. We've $1,000 lender credit, and this is tied to if a real estate agent from the family of companies, so Real Estate One, Max Brook, Reinhardt, or Johnstone and Johnstone, has a listing. What we would like to do is offer a $1,000 lender credit to the person that's listing the home. So they're a seller, and typically they are going to buy a new home. If they need a mortgage, we hope to be that mortgage company. And so we're giving them $1,000 off their closing costs if they listed with a real estate agent from the family of companies, and they use John Adams Mortgage or Front Street Mortgage, which is our branch up north, for the financing of their new home. Sometimes people are selling and they don't need a mortgage, or they're moving out of state. In that case, they can actually pass that credit along to the people that are buying their home. And so there's an additional benefit. And so hopefully that's another tool in the toolbox for our real estate partners. So that is on our website. It is on Zip TMS, which I'll touch on briefly. And we are in development to have these discounts also on agent websites. The second one down is the $500 buyer lender credit. And so it simply stated buyers who opt in via Zip TMS, which is our transaction system for our real estate agents. If the consumer actually gets the opt-in form and wants a quote from us and we pre-qualify them, we will give them $500 off their closing costs. So that's a nice benefit as well. So those are two benefits that they can save money. Again, we are emphasizing how can we do this in a convenient way through electronic means. And so those that are on the call that are not real estate agents, Zip TMS is the electronic transaction system. And so we have this integrated in the disclosures so that this can be easily given to the clients. So in a nutshell, that's what we're doing. And we will be posting this on other means like the option for the real estate agent to do this on their website landing page or even on their signature line for a link.
That sounds great, Dave. So let me ask you this, because I could see a situation where you have a listing agent listing where that seller is going to be a buyer. So can those two credits be combined for $1,500, or how does that work?
It's a good question. They can't, Larry. It's one or the other. Obviously, the greater benefit will prevail. And what we're finding is, first-time home buyers, they don't have anything to list, and so typically that's where the $500 lender credit will come into play. So we'll go with the higher of the two, depending on the circumstance.
Okay, great. Thank you. So Sean, over to you. So Sean is our division sales manager, where he is heading up our recruiting efforts for loan officers and other areas of the company, and doing a really, really nice job. So we have, Sean, all these incentives to offer. We have additional technology advancements. Can you tell us other things that for an incoming loan officer, what they can expect from us?
Sure. Thanks for having me on, Larry. I think one of the things that we've continued to hear in the last 4 to 6 months here is that borrowers or buyers are not buying new homes; they're winning homes, right? And that's a very real thing here in our current environment. I think that really speaks to our strengths as an organization and how well rehearsed we are at supporting purchase business, from how we process a loan from top to bottom to the technology that kind of supports the communication with the agents. Some of the things that we do are really aiding our agents in their ability to win those opportunities, right? For instance, underwriting a loan prior to even giving that pre-approval and having a very, very strong approval going into that opportunity to bid on that property. Those things matter. Some of the other things that we do would be tech related. And obviously, the human touch that comes along with, everybody's commitment, from the start to the end of the closing process to make sure that, we're not missing a beat. You can do a great job, from the time you take the application through underwriting, but if you don't close on time, it really looks poorly for, all parties involved. So I think that, continuing to maintain that very high purchase commitment and that high percentage of purchase business, even in a refi market, has really helped us. And I think if you're a loan officer or a branch manager who's, looking at where you're working or where you're considering working, you have to think about what will be, coming 6, 8, 12 months from now. What's it going to look like when the refis are gone? We're a company that has over 2,000 agents, that we're affiliated with. We have a lot of opportunity to help connect people, meaning loan officers and real estate agents, and continue to grow that purchase business. But it's not for everybody, right? We're not going to hire just anyone who's a loan officer. It's a very different subset of professionals that we look for, and I think we support them well.
That's great information. And the other thing too, you speak refis will always be there, and this year happens to be more than normal. But what that purchase business does is it builds your client base for future refis. So we're giving you an opportunity for future business too, in addition to that purchase business. So that's great information, Sean.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Well, guys, thank you both very much. Really appreciate you being on and giving everybody a little bit of information on John Adams Mortgage and what we have to offer.